Okay, like I said, I'm going to be doing another top 5 skate park in a certain state video. This one is in Georgia. So I have lived on and off in Georgia for the duration of like 9+ years of my life. So the majority of the states I did grow up in mostly were Alabama and Georgia. So Georgia was the last state that, it doesn't even matter. Georgia was the last state that I lived in before moving out west. I also lived in Georgia before I moved to Alabama, then I went back to Georgia. So I got a long history of riding skate parks in Georgia. Now they have been building skate parks left and right like crazy. So this list won't be like super updated because I haven't been in Georgia in a few years, but I am actually going in a few weeks. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll hit up some new parks. Depends if I'm driving through, but ooh, I'm gonna miss the food. Well, I do miss the food, but I'm gonna get. Anyways, let's start this list off, and it's no particular order. These are just top 5 plus some honorable mentions. And then I can't include the parks I have not ridden. That's my rule. I'm not doing Google searches, just type it in best or biggest. So this is from personal experience. Anyways, there's the Fowler skate park at number 1, number 5, whichever order you want to go in, doesn't matter. So it's in Cumming, Georgia, and yes, it's spelled that way. I know, ha ha ha, make all your jokes, little kids. But it's really good, pretty good flow. There's a little area in the front that has like some little small obstacles and like little gaps, if you want to call it. Boxes, manual pads, all that. Some good flow with the bowls in the back. Even the quarter pipes are a perfect size, like that you can just skate them as stairs or skate them like you're supposed to because it's quarter pipe. There's this weird little like, I wouldn't say snake run because it doesn't curve, but like, I mean there is kind of in the corner, but there's this one middle section that's kind of like a mini slope style equivalent for snowboarding or mega ramp, whatever you want to call it. And it's just got a cool little flow. It's in a decent location. It's pretty big and spread out, so even on crowded days it's not too bad. The locals are nice. The only problem with the Fowler skate park, and I don't know if they've updated this, but this is how it was the past few times I went, is they're really strict on helmets. And it's a public park. Just a random public park. Nobody wears helmets, but apparently cops will roll through and they'll come in there and they'll start giving tickets to people who were not wearing helmets. And so I've seen it actually happen where a cop rolls into the parking lot just to circle around and everyone flees. They just run out of the skate park and they get in their cars and they drive off if they're not wearing helmets. Or they run to their car and put a helmet on and then let the cop leave and then take it off. Like, it's ridiculous. So if you're a local in Cumming, Georgia, please let me know if they fix that because those were some wild times. It's very interesting having to run from the cops at an actual skate park. Get a ticket for skating at a skate park. So, next. Augusta skate park, or the Blanchard Park. It's kind of like in the outskirts. Really nice area. They literally have everything there that I like to skate. So there's this little tiny baby gap that you can do tricks over. You don't need to go fast. It's got like the perfect height to length ratio, maybe about knee high. You just kind of float, pop and do some tricks down it and keep cruising around the park. It's really nice. There's also probably one of the world's best manual pads, and it's, again, perfect height, perfect length. You can do grinds on the side, but you know, the manuals, it's all about that. It's pretty good. There's some big bowls if you're a bowl skater, so yes, you got that. There's a big stair set if you like to hook yourself down stuff. I tried it. It was too hot the day I went, and I just was like, screw it, not worth it. But if you're into big stairs or hubbas and handrails, they got that. They got this, again, little side kind of snake run flow area. So it's got a good flow around the park, and there's this middle section, and there's a bunch of like kind of weird ramps here and there. So I like it. Definitely good. And the benefit is the ground is like super perfect. So it's smooth but grippy and flawless. So the skate park in Augusta, definitely worth going to if you're in the area. Maybe if you're a golf fan. And then another park that I absolutely like, I guess at number 3, or, well, yeah, no, 3's in the middle. Dang, brain fart. So the Columbus, Georgia skate park. I mean, this thing is huge. It's kind of like a city. My cat is scratching. He's looking at me. He's outside on the balcony. But Columbus. Reggie Kelly's from there. Enough said. He's freaking gnarly. If you don't know who Reggie Kelly is, just look him up. YouTube him. I mean, he even had a zero part. I mean, the dude is just hammer after hammer. Heck, this dude ollied the Big Five in Atlanta, plus the little like curb that's like, I don't know how long, into the parking lot. So he did the Big Five and then some into the parking lot. Show me another pro who's doing that. Reynolds isn't doing that. None of these other people are doing it. Chaz Ortiz, Sheckler, nope. He ollied over the 5 into the parking lot. Now that is crazy. So, I don't know, just saying. But back to the actual park itself. Columbus has this like cool little like snake run, lumps going around, this huge bowl. They have this air out kind of like bank over the flat to quarter pipe gap that's pretty cool if you can hit it with the speed. You got some stairs, multiple stair sets around, really good rails, just pretty much like everything you need. There's this like one little cool section too. There's this also this like Euro gap that's like really small. You can literally just like bonk up it. Absolutely insane. Columbus, pretty good. It's really nice. They got lights, which is kind of rare in some Georgia parks, but definitely I would check out Columbus. And then number 4 or number 2, because no particular order. My cat's scratching on the glass. Sorry about that. Is I know I mentioned it before in my top 10 video of best skate parks. I don't remember if it was a shout out or an actual ranked park. But wait, no, I skipped one. Never mind. I'm not messing up. This is totally good. So 4 or 2 is the Brunswick, Georgia skate park. It's all the way on the coast. Nobody really goes there, but it's sick. You got stairs to skate. You got a Euro gap that's kind of weird. I've done ollie manual down it, which is kind of weird because I'm a weirdo. You got like this really cool little like snake run bowl area. The concrete is pretty good. The transition on some of the ramps, like the banks, is a little wonky. You got some wally sections. You got a cool like manual pad that's below a box, so you could do maybe tricks going up it, tricks going down it. You can learn grinds on the lower section, and then once you get your pop better, learn tricks on the higher part. The local's super cool. It's only like 20 minutes away from the St. Simons Island skate park, which is perfect for learning manuals and other things. So like I kind of lump them together, and it's super dope. Food's really good in the area. A lot of good restaurants, but I guess that leads me to the honorable mentions, which would be the St. Simons Island skate park. I know I mentioned it in my other video of the top 10, but it's true. It's small, but there's Spanish moss trees all around. The views are great. The skate park is usually not too crowded. A lot of it is shaded. Again, world's best manual pad. I've learned crazy stuff on it. There's a weird mini ramp. I wouldn't skate it because the transition's kind of weird and then the length is wrong. But it's a really good location. That's just a shout out. So St. Simons Island, and then another honorable mention would be Brook Run. Like I said, I've mentioned Brook Run before. Perfect 4-stair. You got a double set if you're into that. You got a curved manual pad. You got a cool ledge there. You got water fountains. You got a bathroom that's there. It's pretty wide and spread out. Nice location, and I mean, that's all I gotta say about it. If you guys care about the more in-depth version of me talking about Brook Run, then check out the video that I did for top 10 skate parks in the world that I had been to. And another last honorable mention, because I couldn't remember the name of another, is Settles Bridge Skate Park. I've only been once, but there were a few cool things that you kind of like be wonky and mess around on. And, you know, I'm not gonna mention the little like metal skate parks like Carrollton and stuff like that, because just not fair. Some are actually pretty decent and good. But I guess we're gonna bring it all the way down to number 1. My favorite park, been there so many times. When I lived in South Georgia for like about a year or two near the Florida-Georgia state line, I would drive and get excited to drive 4 hours up to North Atlanta to Kennesaw just to ride this park. So my favorite park, I guess in people say no particular order. Okay, well, yeah, that's how it is for theirs. But this is my personal favorite. The Swift, I always forget if it's pronounced Cantrell or whatever, skate park. Everyone just calls it Street League. It's the Street League skate park. They made an exact replica of a Street League stop, opened it to the public. So many pros have been there. I've seen so many demos. Ryan Sheckler, Torrey Pudwell, Andrew Reynolds, T-Funk. I mean, like, the list goes on. Paul Rodriguez, like, it's crazy. Oh yeah, Tony Hawk. Oh, I met him there. Jaws, like, dude, this park is insane. There's a reason the pros want to go there, because it's epic. The ground is perfect. There's this crazy like kicker thing that you can just full send, ollie off, and just float and fly, learn crazy pop tricks off of it. I don't you know, whatever I'm saying. It's got like the perfect amount of setup time to air that it gives you. Really good 3-block that you can jump down, and then there's this little like ramp that kind of springs you up, and then you float down the 3-block. Make sure that you have some really good insoles or else you'll get heel bruised, but it's pretty fun. There's a gap over flat to stairs. There's some really good boxes. There's 2 crazy bowls. There's even like a swimming pool bowl. You got big handrails. You got some really nice banks to do tricks on. You got ledges all over the place. You got water fountains, which is nice. It's pretty spread out, and it's just a really great park. So that's my favorite in all of Georgia. So I've ridden, this is kind of like a side note, I've ridden the Macon skate park. It was pretty cool. Had a weird flow, but a good flow at the same time. But I don't know enough to make a judgment on the one in Macon, but that's definitely up there. And I know Atlanta has built some new parks around the area lately. So this is just my personal favorites from the ones I've been to. And I guess the Kennesaw Street League Park just has a place in my heart. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. If you're from Georgia, let me know your favorite skate park. Maybe in the future I'll do a favorite skate park in Alabama, maybe South Carolina, maybe Texas, maybe California. I've ridden in most states. So subscribe, and thank you. And I should be in Georgia in a few weeks, so I don't know if you guys want to do a meet and greet or what, but anyway, subscribe. Thanks for watching this video in 4K, and hopefully the audio sounded better. I don't know, I'm recording it on a separate audio device, so we're gonna see how it is versus my other videos. Thank you.